Life does not hand out success on a silver platter. Every day you face decisions that shape your future. Moments where your actions either bring you closer to your goals or push you further away. What if there were clear rules you could follow that would make winning in life not just a dream, but something real and within your reach? This video is about 9 essential rules that can change how you live, how you think, and how you move forward every single day. These are not complicated ideas or empty advice. They are practical steps you can take right now to create real progress. If you want to stop drifting and start winning, this message is for you. Stay with me because what you learn today can become the foundation for the life you want to build. Let's get started. Number 1, take full control of every choice you make. If you really want to win in life, you must begin with this one thing. Take full control of every choice you make. Life is built on decisions. And whether you succeed or stay stuck depends on how seriously you take your power to choose. Every single day, you're faced with options. Some big, some small, but they all add up. The direction of your life is not decided by what happens to you, but by what you decide to do about it. That's where everything begins. Most people don't even realize how many choices they hand over to the world. They follow what's easy. They follow what everyone else is doing. They delay hard decisions, hoping things will get better on their own. But that's not how life works. Nobody is going to take responsibility for you. Nobody is going to fix your habits. Nobody is going to create your future. That's on you. And here's the truth. When you don't take control of your choices, someone or something else will. You'll be controlled by distractions, by emotions, by other people's opinions. You'll look up one day and wonder how you ended up living a life you never wanted. That's why it's so important to take control right now. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. Taking control means being fully awake to what you're doing. When you eat something, that's a choice. When you skip the gym, that's a choice. When you say you'll start tomorrow, that's a choice. It's not the weather. It's not the traffic. It's not your past. It's not your parents. It's your decision. And the moment you stop blaming, you start building. Taking control is not about being perfect. It's about being responsible. Even when things don't go as planned, ask yourself, what part of this can I own? What could I have done differently? What will I do next time? That's how you grow. That's how you become powerful. Weak people give up their control because it's easier to blame than to change. But strong people take the wheel. They know that nothing changes until they do. You have to stop waiting for the perfect time to act. Stop waiting to feel ready. Life doesn't reward delay. It rewards decision. Winners don't waste hours stuck in confusion or overthinking. They make a choice. They commit to it, and they keep moving. And when they make a mistake, they learn from it, not run from it. You also have to take control of your environment. You choose who you listen to. You choose who you spend time with. You choose what you allow into your mind. If you're constantly surrounded by people who waste time, complain, and never grow, you will end up just like them. You must be willing to separate yourself from things that hold you back. That's a hard choice, but it's a necessary one. The truth is, every time you say, I can't, what you really mean is I won't. Because most of the time it's not about ability. It's about commitment. You can make time. You can learn new skills. You can change your habit, but you have to decide that you will. You have to want it enough to act. You also have to understand that your feelings are not in charge. Just because you feel tired doesn't mean you should quit. Just because you feel afraid doesn't mean you should avoid it. Just because something feels uncomfortable doesn't mean it's wrong. You must decide to act based on your goals, not your moods. That's what it means to be in control. Think about your health. Nobody forces you to eat junk food. Nobody makes you skip exercise. Nobody is holding you back from getting rest. Those are choices, and they matter. Your body is your vehicle in life. If it breaks down, everything else becomes harder. You have the power to change your energy, your strength, your confidence, just by making better decisions every day. Think about your finances. You decide where your money goes. You decide what you save, what you spend, what you invest. If you're always broke, look at your choices. Are you buying what you want or what you need? Are you investing in your growth or wasting your income on short-term pleasure? Financial success is not magic. It's discipline, and discipline is a choice. Even in your relationships, you choose how you show up. You choose your words. You choose your reactions. You choose whether to hold on to anger or to communicate with honesty. If your relationships are suffering, ask yourself, what are you choosing to ignore? What are you choosing not to say? What are you choosing to tolerate? Taking control in this area can heal a lot of pain and build stronger bonds. And finally, you must take control of your direction. Don't drift through life. Don't wake up each day without a plan. Decide what matters to you. Set real goals. Set clear rules for your life. Then act like it matters. Because it does. You only get one life, and you don't want to look back one day and realize you gave it away to fear, laziness, or distraction. Winning in life doesn't start with a big event. It starts with a quiet decision. I am responsible. I choose, I act, and I will keep acting, even when it's hard, even when nobody's watching. That is the foundation of strength. That is how you become someone you respect. That is how you create results that last. This is not just advice. This is how it works. Every great person you admire had to make hard choices. They had to choose growth over comfort. They had to choose discipline over ease. They had to choose courage over fear. They weren't lucky. They were intentional. And so can you. From this point forward, every time you're faced with a decision, ask yourself, am I acting with control or giving it away? Am I moving toward the life I want or away from it? That's how you take charge of your time, your energy, your values, and your results. The power is in your hands. The question is, will you use it? Number 2, train your mind to reject all weak thoughts. Your mind will believe what you let it repeat. If you keep feeding it weakness, doubt, and fear, that is what it will learn to accept as normal. To win in life, you must train your mind like a muscle. A weak mind folds under pressure. A weak mind finds reasons to quit. A weak mind waits for perfect conditions. That kind of thinking will never lead you anywhere worth going. You must start rejecting anything that sounds like giving up. You don't need outside permission to take control of your thoughts. The decision is always yours. When your mind says, I'm not good enough, you interrupt it. When it says, this is too hard, you challenge it. When it says, what if I fail? You answer with action. You do not give those thoughts room to grow. Weak thoughts grow when they are left unchecked. They feed off hesitation. They multiply through excuses. And before you know it, you're stuck in a pattern where you doubt more than you believe, avoid more than you pursue, and settle more than you fight. Training your mind starts with awareness. Notice what you tell yourself throughout the day. Pay attention to how you talk to yourself when nobody is around. Most people are losing battles they don't even know they're in. They allow quiet voices of self-doubt to shape their daily choice. That voice says, don't speak up, and they stay silent. That voice says, you're too late to change, and they stop trying. That voice says, you're not smart enough, and they stop learning. That voice is not the truth. It's a pattern, and patterns can be broken. You have to build a new voice, a stronger voice, a voice that speaks with courage, even when things feel uncertain. And you build that voice through repetition and action. Every time you choose discipline, your mind learns strength. Every time you choose focus, your mind gains clarity. Every time you push forward when it would be easier to quit, your mind gets tougher. That's how mental strength grows. Not through motivation, but through habits. Start by replacing weak thoughts with clear decision. If you catch yourself thinking, I can't, immediately replace it with I must. If your mind says, what if I fail? Replace it with what if I improve? When your thoughts say, it's too hard, respond with, that's exactly why I'm doing it. Do not let your first thought be your final thought. Most weak thoughts come from emotion, but strong thoughts are born from purpose. You must decide to lead with purpose. A strong mind is not a mind that never feels fear. A strong mind is a mind that acts despite fear. You don't eliminate fear by waiting for it to disappear. You eliminate fear by proving to yourself that you can move through it. Action changes belief. The more you act like a strong person, the more your mind starts to believe you are one. That's how confidence is built. Not by wishing, but by doing. Every day, you will be tested. You will be tired. You will be discouraged. You will hear negative voices inside and outside. That's part of life. But training your mind means you do not give in to those moments. You acknowledge them and still act. You feel discomfort and still continue. You hear the doubt, but you do not let it lead. One of the most important habits to build a strong mind is guarding what you consume. Your thoughts are shaped by your environment. What you listen to, what you watch, what you read. If you surround yourself with noise, negativity, and people who always complain, your mind will sink. You need to protect your attention. Be intentional with who you spend time with. Fill your mind with real knowledge. Listen to voices that lift you. Read things that sharpen you. Focus on ideas that challenge you to grow. Your energy must be directed, not wasted. Weak minds drift. Strong minds decide. Weak minds scroll endlessly. Strong minds study. Weak minds react. Strong minds respond with control. This difference comes down to mental training. You train your body to stay in shape. You train your mind the same way. By choosing challenge. By staying disciplined. By following structure. You can't expect to be strong under pressure if you always give in to comfort. If you avoid discomfort every day, your mind stays. You have to seek challenge. You have to do hard things on purpose. Wake up earlier. Finish what you start. Stick to the plan when it's boring. Push one step more when it hurts. These small decisions build the mental toughness most people never earn. Another key to mental strength is emotional control. Weak minds are controlled by moods. Strong minds make decisions from values. Just because something feels difficult doesn't mean it's wrong. Just because you feel tired doesn't mean you can't give effort. Your mind must be taught to move past momentary emotion. Emotions pass. Discipline stays. And when things go wrong, and they will, you train your mind not to fall apart. You don't panic. You pause. You don't complain. You adjust. You don't spiral. You assess. This is what mental training creates. Calm in chaos. Direction in confusion. Movement in moments when others freeze. Most people fold when plans break. But you can train to adapt. That makes you unshakable. Weak thoughts will still come. That's normal. The difference is, you don't allow them to decide your behavior. You don't act from fear. You don't quit from doubt. You observe the weak thought and choose the strong one. That's what separates those who keep rising from those who stay stuck. You must decide what kind of life you want, and then train your mind to match it. Weak thoughts won't build a strong life. You can't keep thinking like a victim and expect to win. You can't keep thinking like a quitter and expect to finish strong. You must build the thought patterns of someone who takes control, someone who doesn't wait, someone who faces truth, someone who keeps moving. This is not easy, but it is worth it. Every day you choose mental strength. You get better. You don't need more time. You don't need better luck. You need a stronger mindset. And that starts now. Train your mind to reject all weak thoughts. Teach it to focus. Teach it to endure. Teach it to stay sharp when it would rather drift. That's how you earn your edge. That's how you take command of your life. That's how you win. Number 3. Show up every day with purpose and effort. If you want your life to mean something, if you want results that last, you have to show up every single day with intention and effort. Not when you feel like it. Not just when you're excited, but every day. That's how you build something real. Most people fail because they only show up when it's easy. They wait for motivation. They wait until they're in the mood. They wait for the weather to be right, or for their emotions to line up. But life does not reward those who wait. Life rewards those who stay consistent. When you show up with purpose, you're not just doing things to get them done. You know why you're doing them. You're not moving without direction. You've got a reason that pulls you out of bed even when you're tired. A reason that pushes you to give more even when nobody's watching. That purpose doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to be clear. Maybe it's to become stronger. Maybe it's to provide better for your family. Maybe it's to become someone you respect when you look in the mirror. But it must be present in your actions. Effort is not about showing off. It's about showing you care. You care enough to try harder today than you did yesterday. You care enough to improve your skills. You care enough to stop making excuses. People with purpose don't wait to be pushed. They push themselves. People with effort don't ask for shortcuts. They take the stairs. They do the hard thing because they know where they're going. You don't build a life you're proud of by showing up once in a while. You build it through repetition, one action at a time. You build it through early mornings when others are sleeping, through late nights when others have stopped. You build it by staying focused when distractions call your name. You build it by saying yes to what matters and no to what wastes your time. There will always be days when you don't feel ready, but you have to show up anyway. You have to work on your goals when it's boring. You have to keep moving when nobody applauds you. You have to do your job when you're under pressure. That's what separates those who rise from those who remain average. Anybody can start. Few keep going. Few show up after failure. Few return after being ignored. But those who do, that's where greatness is formed. You must treat your goals like they matter. Not just talk about them, but act like they deserve your best. Because if you don't take your time seriously, the world won't either. People will test you. Life will challenge you. But your responsibility is to stay committed to what you said you would do. That kind of discipline builds real confidence. Not the kind you fake online. The kind you feel deep inside because you know you've earned it. You'll hear people talk about talent. You'll hear them talk about luck. But neither one can replace the power of consistency. You might not be the fastest, or the smartest, or the strongest. But if you show up with focus and effort every day, you will pass people who rely on talent alone. You will improve. You will adapt. You will become the kind of person who gets things done, even when things don't go your way. Your job is to show up, even when you've failed before. Your job is to keep showing up. The results might take time. The rewards might come late. But your job isn't to control the outcome. Your job is to control your input. What you do with your time. What you do with your energy. What you do with your opportunity today. Showing up doesn't mean you never rest. It means you don't quit. It means you stay committed even when progress is slow. It means you keep your word to yourself. That level of consistency will separate you, while others are distracted by what's trending. You're building something lasting. While others are complaining about how hard it is, you're working to get stronger. While others are focused on being seen, you're focused on getting better. You have to stop waiting for motivation to get to work. Motivation fades, habits stay, and the habit of showing up with effort and purpose will change your life more than any burst of excitement ever could. Build a structure around your day that supports your goals. Set priorities. Protect your time. Keep promises to yourself. Get the important things done even when the mood isn't there. You also have to remind yourself why you started. Purpose can't be something you write down once and forget. It has to be something you return to daily. A reminder of what matters to you. A reminder of what you're building. A reminder of who you said you wanted to become. Without that, it's easy to drift. It's easy to slip back into comfort. Purpose keeps you locked in. Effort is your message to the world. It tells people what kind of person you are. It tells them what they can expect from you. It earns respect in silence. It builds reputation through consistency. You don't need to announce what you're working on. Just keep showing up. Let your actions do the talking. People might not notice right away. That doesn't matter. What matters is that you notice, that you know you're doing what needs to be done. If you only work hard when you feel good, you won't get very far. But when you commit to showing up no matter what, you build something stronger than mood. You build character. You build grit. You build a foundation that doesn't break. When life gets heavy, purpose gives you direction. Effort gives you results. Most people waste time wondering what the secret is. They read more. They wait longer. They stay in their head. But the truth is not a secret. The truth is right here. Show up with purpose and give full effort. Again and again. That's how you build confidence. That's how you earn pride. That's how you turn a good day into a great life. Every day you choose to show up. You build proof that you can be relied on. Focus by yourself. That kind of self-trust is the most valuable thing you can earn. That's the mark of someone who's not hoping for a good life. They're creating one. Number 4, build unshakable self-discipline through hard daily action. Discipline is not something you were born with. It is something you build piece by piece, choice by choice, through the actions you take every single day. If you want to create a life you can be proud of, then you must be willing to do the work, whether you feel like it or not. You don't wait for the mood to strike. You don't wait for someone to push you. You get up and do the hard things, because that's how you train your mind to follow through. One day of effort doesn't build discipline. Discipline is built when you do what needs to be done every single day, especially when it's hard. You don't gain self-discipline by reading about it. You gain it by practicing it. You say no to what wastes your time. You say yes to the tasks that make you stronger. You show up early. You stay focused. You follow a routine. You decide what matters most, and then act like it matters. You don't make excuses. You don't negotiate with your laziness. You stay loyal to your priority. Every time you keep your word to yourself, you become more disciplined. Every time you finish what you start, you take control of your life. Building discipline means doing what you promised yourself long after the excitement has faded. It means you don't let your feelings control your behavior. It means you stop running from hard things. If something is difficult but necessary, you face it. You move through it. You deal with it now rather than delay it. Because the longer you wait, the weaker your will becomes. Discipline means acting today, so tomorrow gets easy. People often ask how to stay disciplined. The answer is not motivation. The answer is action. Start doing what matters even if you don't feel ready. Then do it again tomorrow. Then the next day. Stack enough disciplined days, and it becomes who you are. Not someone who tries, not someone who wishes, but someone who finishes, someone who shows up, someone who keeps going when others quit. You can't build Biden in comfort. It's formed in discomfort. When you wake up tired but still choose to start your day with focus. When your body aches, but you still push through the workout. When your mind wants to drift, but you bring it back to the task. That's where strength is created. That's how your character is shaped, not by avoiding struggle, but by facing it head on. You don't need to feel powerful to act with discipline. You become powerful by acting with discipline. The more you choose structure over chaos, the more control you gain over your thoughts and habits. When you set a plan and follow through, you start to respect yourself in ways no compliment can replace. You stop doubting what you're capable of, because your own actions give you proof. The reason most people never reach their full potential is because they quit too early. They give in to distractions. They let emotions decide the day. They make promises they never keep. But if you decide that you will stick to the task, no matter how you feel, you rise above the noise. You create results through consistency, not talk. Discipline becomes your edge. While others are ruled by comfort, you become ruled by your values. Hard daily action means you don't just plan, you execute. You write the to-do list and then actually do it. You set the alarm and then get out of bed when it rings. You set boundaries and stick to them. You don't delay. You don't wait for inspiration. You move with urgency and clarity. That's how discipline turns into results. That's how ideas turn into reality. You will not feel disciplined every day, and that's normal. But you must act disciplined anyway. There will be temptations to scroll, to snooze, to escape your responsibilities. But you are not a slave to your urges. You are the driver. You get to decide what kind of person you're becoming. You can either drift through life or take the wheel. And discipline is the grip that keeps your hands steady on the aisle when the road gets rough. Every day you skip the hard work. You feed weakness. Every day you choose structure over chaos. You feed strength. It doesn't matter how small the action is. What matters is that you do it. One push-up, one focused hour, one healthy meal, one good decision. That's how you grow your discipline. By building small wins into big victories. People will tell you to be balanced, but balance without direction leads to nowhere. You don't build unshakable habits by giving in to every move. You build them by setting your standards and refusing to lower them. Discipline is a personal promise that you do not break. It's a daily contract with your future self. A contract that says, I will do what's necessary today to create the life I want tomorrow. Discipline isn't glamour. It's not always fun, but it works. It builds resilience. It creates momentum. It separates those who are serious from those who are just talking. Anyone can start something when it's easy. Discipline is doing it when it's boring, when it's frustrating, when no one's clapping for you. It's waking up early and staying up late when the mission demands it. It's saying no to short-term pleasures so you can build long-term gain. You'll face days when everything feels heavy, when the excuses sound valid. But those are the days that count the most. That's when your growth happens. When you choose effort over escape. When you stay sharp while others get sloppy. When you hold the line, even if it's just by a thread. That thread of consistency adds up over time. It becomes the rope that pulls you forward when others fall behind. Discipline makes your choices simple. You don't wonder if you should work. You work. You don't argue with your plan. You follow it. You don't entertain distractions. You remove them. That kind of clarity brings peace. Not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. You're no longer chasing willpower. You're living by principle. You've trained your body and your mind to follow through. When you build discipline, you don't have to rely on outside pressure. You become the pressure. You hold yourself to a higher standard. You don't need applause. You don't need a crowd. You just need your mission and the discipline to stick with it. Over time, that quiet consistency creates loud results. The kind people notice. The kind that changes lives. The kind that starts with you taking hard daily action today. Number 5. Cut off all excuses and just do the work. Excuses are the enemy of progress. Every time you find a reason not to act, you delay your own success. The path to winning in life is not paved with excuses, but with effort. When you stop justifying why things can't be done, you open the door to what can be achieved. You have to recognize that excuses are often just fear or laziness disguised as valid reasons. They sound real until you face the truth that they only hold you back. The truth is the work must get done regardless of how you feel or what stands in your way. Doing the work means taking responsibility for your results. It means you own the outcome of every decision and action. No one else is responsible for your life. No one else can put in the effort for you. Waiting for the perfect time or the perfect mood is just giving permission to procrastinate. The perfect moment rarely comes. You have to make the moment perfect by starting right now. Action is what separates dreamers from winners. People who win don't wait for permission or approval. They simply act. They don't debate endlessly. They don't waste energy on excuses. Excuses rob you of your power. They drain your confidence. They create a habit of avoiding responsibility. If you want to win in life, you have to stop letting excuses control your choices. Excuses will tell you to wait until you feel ready. But readiness is a myth. Real readiness comes from showing up and doing the work, even when you don't feel prepared. You get stronger with every action, not by thinking about acting. You don't have to have all the answers to start. You figure it out along the way. The key is to start now and adjust later. Sometimes excuses are rooted in fear of failure. You worry about what others will think. You worry about making mistakes. You worry about falling short. But none of these worries should stop you from doing the work. Every successful person has failed many times. Failure is not the enemy. It's part of the process. The enemy is not trying because of fear. Courage doesn't mean not being afraid. It means moving forward despite fear. You have to push through discomfort. You have to risk falling so you can learn to stand stronger. Excuses also come from comparison. You see others achieving and convince yourself you can't measure up. You believe you need more talent, more time, more money. Those thoughts stop you dead in your tracks. But nobody has a perfect start. Everyone has obstacles. What makes winners different is their refusal to let excuses limit their potential. They focus on what they can do right now. They take small, consistent steps. They don't wait for conditions to be perfect. They create progress with what they have. When you decide to cut off excuses, you are taking control of your life. You are telling yourself that the only way forward is through action. This mindset forces you to focus on solutions instead of problems. Instead of asking why something won't work, you ask how you can make it work. That shift in thinking opens up new possibilities. It gives you confidence because you become a problem solver. You stop feeling like a victim of circumstances and start feeling like a creator of your reality. Doing the work also means accepting discomfort as part of the journey. There will be days when motivation is low. There will be tasks you don't want to do. There will be setbacks and delays. But winners don't stop. They use discomfort as fuel. They remind themselves why they started. They focus on the bigger picture rather than short-term pain. You learn to embrace the challenge because you know it leads to growth. The more you push through resistance, the easier it becomes to do the work without excuses. Excuses often hide in distractions, social media, unnecessary entertainment, endless talking without action. These distractions steal your time and energy. They keep you busy but not productive. If you want to win, you have to guard your time like a treasure. You have to set clear boundaries and say no to what doesn't serve your goal. Excuses will whisper that you need a break or a day off, but discipline tells you to keep moving. The work you do today builds the life you want tomorrow. When you finally remove excuses, you gain clarity. You start to see what's really possible. You discover your true capacity for hard work and persistence. You stop blaming outside factors and start focusing on what you can control: your effort and attitude. That mindset creates momentum. Momentum turns small wins into big achievement. It builds confidence because you prove to yourself again and again that you can follow through. Success becomes less about luck and more about habit. Excuses make life complicated. Cutting them off simplifies everything. You get clear on what matters and what doesn't. You learn to prioritize your actions. You become more efficient with your time and energy. You realize that the only way to get closer to your dreams is by doing the work every day without pause. You don't wait for inspiration or permission. You decide and you act. That's how winners think. That's how winners live. When you stop making excuses, you take back your power. You stop being a passenger in your own life and become the driver. You don't let circumstances dictate your future. You create it with effort. That means showing up even when it's hard. That means doing what others won't. It means saying yes to progress and no to distractions. It means being honest with yourself about where you fall short and committing to improve. Cutting off excuses is the first step to lasting success. Work is the great equalizer. It doesn't matter where you start or what you have. When you do the work consistently, you close the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Excuses try to convince you otherwise, but they don't have real power. You hold that power. You can build skills, earn respect, create opportunities, and change your life by simply doing the work. The question is not if you can do it, but if you will choose to do it. Cutting off excuses is hard. It requires honesty and courage. It means facing uncomfortable truths about yourself. It means pushing past your limits. It means keeping your eyes on your goals and ignoring the noise. But it's worth it. Every step you take without an excuse strengthens your mind and your character. Every day you do the work, you grow closer to the life you deserve. No one else can do it for you. It starts with your decision to stop making excuses and start doing the work. Number 6. Face your fears and grow stronger through struggle. Fear is one of the biggest obstacles standing between you and the life you want to live. It shows up as hesitation, doubt, or even paralysis. Fear can keep you stuck in the same place for years if you let it. The difference between people who win and those who don't is how they handle fear. Winners don't run away from what scares them. Instead, they face it head on. When you face your fears, you take away their power over you. Every time you choose courage instead of avoidance, you become stronger and more confident. Fear is a natural response to uncertainty and risk. It's part of being human, but fear is not a sign that you should stop. It's a signal that you are pushing beyond your comfort zone. That is exactly where growth happens. If you want to win at life, you must learn to accept fear as a companion on your journey, rather than an enemy to fight. This mindset shift is powerful. It turns fear from a barrier into a challenge. It becomes a call to action instead of a reason to quit. Struggle is unavoidable in any worthwhile pursuit. Success is not handed to you on a silver platter. It comes after setbacks, failures, and tough lessons. When you struggle, you build resilience. You learn how to keep moving forward even when everything feels difficult. Struggle teaches patience, perseverance, and problem solving. It forces you to develop new skills and ways of thinking. Without struggle, you remain stagnant. Your potential stays locked away because you never test your limits. Most people want to avoid struggle and discomfort. They hope for an easy path. But that path doesn't exist if you want real success. Embracing struggle means accepting that you will face hard days. You will face moments of doubt and frustration. Those are not signs that you are failing. They are signs that you are growing. The key is to keep pushing forward through these moments, to remind yourself why you started and what you are working for. Every struggle overcome is a victory that strengthens you. Fear can manifest in many ways. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough. These fears create barriers that stop action. But the truth is, fear is often worse in your mind than in reality. When you step into what you fear, you usually find it's not as bad as you imagined. You learn new truths about yourself and the world. You discover that you are capable of handling more than you thought. Facing fear expands your confidence because it replaces the unknown with experience. The process of facing fear requires deliberate effort. It doesn't happen by accident or wishing. You must choose to confront what scares you. You start small by taking manageable risks and gradually increase your courage. Each step forward makes the next one easier. You learn that fear shrinks in the face of action. The more you practice courage, the more natural it becomes. Soon you find yourself tackling bigger challenges with less hesitation. Struggle builds mental toughness. It conditions your mind to stay focused and resilient when things go wrong. It teaches you how to recover quickly from setbacks. People who avoid struggle often crumble under pressure because they have never trained their minds to handle adversity. Strength grows in hardship. When you allow yourself to struggle, you also build character. You become someone who can handle responsibility and make tough decisions. Growth through struggle also requires reflection. It's important to learn lessons from each challenge. What worked? What didn't? How can you improve next time? This self-awareness turns struggle into progress. Without it, you risk repeating mistakes. Reflection helps you develop better strategies and avoid unnecessary pain. It makes your efforts smarter and more effective. Fear can also be a teacher. It tells you what matters most to you. When you feel afraid of losing something or failing at something, it shows what you value. Use this insight to fuel your motivation. Let your fears guide you toward what you truly want to protect or achieve. This turns fear into a powerful motivator rather than a limiting factor. You grow stronger by accepting fear and struggle as part of your story. You stop wishing for a life without challenges and start embracing the one that will shape you into a better person. Every time you face a fear and move through a struggle, you add strength to your character and confidence to your steps. You create a foundation that no setback can shake. Many people wait for fear to disappear before they act. That moment rarely comes. Fear is not going to vanish. The way to win is to act in spite of it. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision that something else is more important than fear. Your dreams, your family, your purpose. These must be bigger than the fear you feel. When you commit to this, fear loses its grip. Struggle is temporary, but the growth it creates lasts forever. It reshapes your mind, your skills, and your habits. It prepares you for bigger challenges ahead. By facing your fears today, you are investing in your future strength. You become a person who can handle whatever life throws your way. Your fears don't define you. Your response to fear does. Each time you choose to face what scares you, you rewrite your story. You prove to yourself that you are braver than you thought. You develop a mindset that sees obstacles as opportunities. That mindset leads to lasting success. Remember that strength comes from persistence. Growth happens in the struggle. Fear fades when you refuse to give it control. Life rewards those who keep moving forward even when the path is hard. By facing your fears and growing through struggle, you are building a life of courage, resilience, and achievement. Number 7, protect your time and use it with intention. Time is the most valuable resource you have. It moves forward whether you pay attention or not. Every single day, you get a fresh set of hours, minutes, and seconds to invest in your life. The way you choose to spend those moments shapes your future more than anything else. Protecting your time means understanding its worth and refusing to waste it on things that do not move you closer to your goals. When you treat your time as precious, your actions become purposeful and focused. You no longer drift through your day reacting to distractions or other people's demands. Instead, you become the person who controls your schedule and sets clear priorities. Many people fall into the trap of letting their time be stolen by things that bring no real value. Social media scrolling, endless emails, meaningless meetings, or tasks that could wait or be delegated. When you don't guard your time, it slips away unnoticed. And at the end of the day, you realize you haven't done anything that truly mattered. The frustration grows because time is gone and results are missing. This is why protecting your time is a rule for winning life. You must decide what deserves your attention and what does not. This decision requires honesty. Be ruthless with yourself. Ask if an activity supports your long-term vision or distracts you from it. Using time with intention means planning your day around your most important tasks. It means giving priority to the actions that have the biggest impact on your personal growth, health, relationships, and goals. When your focus sharpens on what truly matters, your productivity rises naturally. You experience a sense of accomplishment that fuels motivation. Intentional use of time is not about working longer hours, but about working smarter. It's about aligning your daily habits with your values and purpose. This alignment reduces stress and creates clarity, because you know exactly what you are working toward and why. One of the biggest challenges in protecting time is learning to say no. Saying no to invitations, requests, or distractions that do not serve your purpose is essential. This can feel uncomfortable at first, because you don't want to disappoint others or miss out. But every time you say yes to something unimportant, you say no to your own goals and dreams. Saying no is not selfish. It's an act of respect for your own life and ambition. When you protect your time by setting boundaries, you create space for growth and progress. Another important aspect is being present in the moment. Too often people rush through tasks or multitask, which reduces the quality of their work and drains energy. When you use time intentionally, you give full attention to what you are doing right now. This focus leads to better results and a deeper sense of satisfaction. Being fully present also helps you notice opportunities and insights that might otherwise be missed. Time well used builds momentum because each moment becomes meaningful. Managing time effectively also involves eliminating or reducing distractions. This could mean turning off phone notifications, closing unnecessary tabs, or creating a quiet workspace. Small changes like these create an environment where concentration thrives. Without distractions, you enter a flow state more easily, where work feels natural and progress accelerates. Protecting your time means creating these conditions daily, not just occasionally. Consistency is key to developing habits that support your goals. When you protect your time, you also protect your energy. Time spent on unimportant activities drains not just minutes, but your mental and emotional strength. Using time intentionally means choosing activities that recharge you or move you forward. It could be exercise, reading, spending time with loved ones, or working on projects that excite you. Balancing productivity with rest is crucial for long-term success. Protecting your time includes protecting your well-being. To use your time with intention, start each day by deciding your top priorities. Write down the few things that will have the biggest positive impact on your life. Focus on completing those before anything else. Avoid getting caught up in small tasks that don't contribute much. This practice brings clarity and prevents overwhelm. Over time, it trains your brain to focus on what's important and let go of what's not. Reflecting regularly on how you spend your time helps you improve. Take a few minutes each day or week to review if your actions matched your intentions. If you find yourself wasting time or feeling off track, adjust your plan. Self-awareness keeps you honest and motivated. It helps you see second and make better choices moving forward. Remember that time cannot be recovered once lost. Every minute is a chance to move closer to your dreams or slip further away. Protecting your time is an act of self-respect and a commitment to your future. When you live intentionally with your time, you build a life filled with purpose and achievement. It's a rule that separates those who watch life happen from those who make life happen. The habit of protecting time also sets an example for others. When you show respect for your time, people learn to respect you more. It changes how others treat your schedule and requests. You create boundaries that lead to healthier relationships and less unnecessary stress. Time protection becomes a foundation for balance in all areas of life. Using time with intention requires discipline and planning, but also flexibility. Unexpected things will come up. Learning to adapt without losing focus is part of mastering your time. When distractions or emergencies arise, you decide how to handle them without losing sight of your priorities. This ability grows as you practice protecting your time every day. In the end, protecting your time is about taking full responsibility for your life. It means refusing to let circumstances or other people dictate how your days unfold. You become the architect of your own life by deciding where your time goes. This rule leads to freedom because you control the most precious asset you have. Winning life means mastering your minutes. Time well protected and well used creates results, happiness and fulfillment that last. Number 8. Do the right thing even when it hurts. Life often puts us in situations where the easiest choice is not the right one. There are moments when doing what is right demands sacrifice, discomfort, or standing alone. This rule separates those who achieve true success from those who settle for temporary comfort. The pain you feel when you make tough decisions is part of the growth process. It is natural to want to avoid hurt, to stay in the safe zone, and to follow the path of least resistance. But winning life requires courage to face what is difficult, because that is where real progress happens. Choosing to do the right thing means aligning your actions with your values, no matter what the immediate cost might be. It means speaking the truth, even if it risks conflict or rejection. It means honoring commitments, even when it's inconvenient. When you act with integrity during hard moments, you build trust within yourself and others. This trust is the foundation of lasting relationships and genuine self-respect. Without it, any success is fragile and empty. Sometimes doing the right thing means setting boundaries or ending relationships that are harmful. That kind of decision can hurt deeply because it challenges attachments and comforts you have grown used to. The pain is real but temporary. It clears space for new growth and healthier connection. Avoiding discomfort by staying stuck only prolongs suffering and blocks your future. The willingness to face pain head-on and do what is right becomes a defining strength that shapes your character. When faced with failure or mistakes, doing the right thing means accepting responsibility instead of blaming others or hiding the truth. Owning your errors is difficult and may feel humiliating at first, but it also frees you from the burden of dishonesty and denial. Transparency opens the door to learning and improvement. It allows you to fix what is wrong and move forward stronger. People respect those who admit their faults and commit to change. This kind of courage is rare but necessary to win in life. Choosing right over easy often means working harder and longer than others. It means pushing through pain, fatigue, or discouragement when quitting seems like the simplest path. Doing the right thing is about discipline and persistence. It requires a mindset focused on long-term benefits rather than short-term relief. Every time you push past pain to keep your word or fulfill your duties, you grow resilience and self-confidence. These qualities build a foundation for success that no quick shortcut can provide. Emotions play a huge role in these difficult moments. Fear, doubt, anger, and sadness can cloud your judgment and tempt you to avoid what is right. Recognizing these feelings without letting them control your choices is vital. Emotional maturity means acknowledging pain without surrendering to it. It means making decisions from a place of strength and purpose instead of impulse or avoidance. This inner control separates winners from those who drift with their feelings. Doing the right thing is also about sacrifice for others. It means caring more about what is fair and just than personal gain. Helping someone in need, standing up against injustice, or supporting what is ethical often requires giving up time, comfort, or resources. These acts may not bring immediate rewards, but create a legacy of honor and respect. Generosity and fairness build communities and open doors to new opportunities. Choosing right over easy creates a ripple effect that touches many lives. There are times when doing the right thing means saying no to temptations or harmful habits. It requires discipline to resist shortcuts, distractions, or harmful behaviors, even when the urge is strong. This resistance protects your health, integrity, and future. It may feel lonely or frustrating, but it is an investment in your best self. Each time you choose what is right despite the difficulty, you reinforce your self-control and commitment to growth. Pain is a teacher. When you choose to do the right thing, even when it hurts, you learn lessons no comfort zone can teach. You develop empathy for others' struggles and humility about your own. These qualities deepen your wisdom and leadership. People look to those who show strength through hardship and make principled choices under pressure. Your example becomes a source of inspiration and motivation for others who face similar battles. It is important to remember that doing the right thing does not guarantee immediate success or approval. You may face criticism, loneliness, or setbacks, because standing for what is right often challenges the status quo. But those who win life understand that true victory is in the integrity of their actions, not in the applause of others. They value peace of mind and alignment with their values above popularity or short-term gain. The process of choosing right over easy develops over time. It requires daily commitment and reflection. It asks you to be honest with yourself about your motives and fear. It demands you examine your decisions and ensure they reflect your highest standards. This level of self-awareness strengthens your ability to act rightly under pressure. It becomes a habit that guides you through challenges and dilemmas with clarity and confidence. Doing the right thing, even when it hurts, builds strength that is invisible but powerful. It builds a spirit that cannot be broken by setbacks or criticism. It creates a foundation that no external success can shake. This strength fuels persistence through adversity and courage to face the unknown. It empowers you to lead yourself and others toward a meaningful life. The right choice often requires patience. Sometimes the reward for doing what is right is delayed or invisible at first. This calls for faith in your values and trust in the process. When you hold firm to your principles, without bending to convenience or fear, you become unstoppable. You gain a quiet power that guides every decision and action toward lasting success. Choosing the right path involves humility as well. It means being open to correction and willing to learn even when it challenges your pride. It requires listening to others' perspectives and admitting when you are wrong. This openness strengthens your judgment and builds respect around you. It deepens your character in ways that immediate success cannot. Every moment of pain from doing the right thing is an opportunity to grow stronger. Every sacrifice creates space for greater achievements. Every honest decision builds trust in yourself and others. This is how you win life, not by avoiding pain, but by it and making the choices that reflect who you truly want to be. Holding fast to your values when it hurts creates a life of dignity and purpose. It gives your actions meaning and your goals depth. It builds a legacy rooted in character rather than luck. Living this rule daily shapes you into a person others admire and trust. It makes success a natural result of the life you choose to live. Number 9. Never stop learning and improving your own mindset. Life never stops teaching us lessons, and every day presents an opportunity to grow if we choose to see it. The moment you decide you know everything, your progress stops, and the door to new possibilities closes. Winning in life means staying curious and hungry for knowledge. It means constantly challenging your current way of thinking and embracing fresh ideas that push you forward. Your mindset shapes your reality more than any external circumstance. Improving it is the key to unlocking your true potential. Every experience, whether good or bad, has something valuable to teach you. Taking the time to reflect on these lessons expands your understanding of yourself and the world around you. When you commit to continuous learning, you create a habit of self-improvement that becomes unstoppable. This habit helps you adapt to change and overcome obstacles more easily. It fuels innovation and creativity because you are not stuck repeating old patterns, but actively seeking better ways. Reading books, listening to wise voices, and seeking advice from mentors opens your mind to new perspectives. These sources broaden your thinking and expose you to ideas that can transform your approach to challenge. The mindset of a learner allows you to see setbacks as opportunities for growth instead of failures. You develop resilience because you understand that each difficulty contains a lesson that makes you stronger. This attitude is what separates those who win in life from those who give up too soon. Improving your mindset requires discipline and consistency. It is not enough to absorb information. You must apply what you learn in daily life. This application turns knowledge into wisdom It builds habits that align with your goals and values. Every small adjustment in how you think or act adds up over time, creating powerful momentum. When your mindset evolves positively, you start attracting better opportunities in relationships because your energy shifts to match your new level. Your beliefs are the foundation of your mindset. Some beliefs empower you while others hold you back. Identifying and replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones is essential. This process takes honesty and courage because it forces you to confront fears and doubts you might have ignored. It challenges you to rewrite the story you tell yourself about what is possible. When you change your internal narrative, you open doors to achievements that once seemed out of reach. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage growth and positivity influences your mindset significantly. Their support and example inspire you to keep moving forward. Avoiding toxic influences that drain your energy or reinforce negative thinking is equally important. The company you keep acts like a mirror reflecting your mindset back to you. Choosing to be around learners and doers lifts your standards and motivates you to improve continuously. Mindset improvement also involves emotional intelligence. Understanding your emotions and managing them effectively prevents destructive patterns like fear, anger, or frustration from controlling your decisions. Developing this skill leads to clearer thinking and better problem solving. It helps you stay calm under pressure and respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. A balanced emotional state supports growth and allows you to face challenges with confidence. Being open to feedback is another crucial part of learning. Constructive criticism provides insights you might miss on your own. It helps you identify blind spots and areas for improvement. Accepting feedback without defensiveness requires humility, but pays off in personal growth. It deepens your self-awareness and accelerates progress. People who embrace feedback often advance faster because they refine their approach regularly. The journey of learning and mindset improvement is lifelong. There is no final destination where you say you have arrived. Every achievement opens a new chapter of questions and possibility. This mindset keeps you engaged and passionate about your life's purpose. It prevents complacency and boredom. You develop a love for growth that sustains motivation even when progress feels slow or difficult. Technology and the world around us change rapidly. Keeping your mindset sharp ensures you don't fall behind or become irrelevant. Learning new skills and adapting your thinking allows you to seize new opportunities instead of being left behind. This adaptability builds confidence because you trust your ability to handle whatever comes your way. It prepares you to lead in your field and inspire others by example. Journaling your thoughts, goals, and lessons can be a powerful tool for mindset improvement. Writing forces clarity and helps organize your thoughts. It creates a record of your journey that you can revisit to measure progress and celebrate growth. This practice strengthens your commitment to learning because it makes your development tangible. It encourages reflection, which is critical for deep understanding. Setting learning goals keeps your growth intentional. Without goals, learning can become aimless or overwhelming. Defining what you want to improve or understand focuses your efforts. It makes the process rewarding because you see measurable results. Celebrating small wins along the way builds confidence and enthusiasm. This structure transforms learning from a chore into an exciting challenge. Finally, remember that your mindset is a choice. Each day you decide how you will think and respond to life's events. This power to choose means you are never a victim of circumstances. You can always shift your perspective to one that serves your highest good. This awareness is liberating and empowering. It puts you in control of your growth and success. The more you commit to learning and improving your mindset, the more you build a life full of possibilities and achievement. This rule is about embracing the power you have to shape your own future through the way you think. It is a rule that, when practiced daily, transforms ordinary people into extraordinary winners.